Bye.
All right. Oh, let me get rid of the model off the screen. We'll make it smaller. Chrome boy down here. All right. Are we good to go? I guess we're good to go. Alrighty. For those who don't know, I'm EsperX. I play a lot of Aimi. Very much. These will be like the basic kind of ways to use her. Like how to use her abilities, where to position, it's a little bit of tech, what she's really good for, stuff like that. All right, so Aimi is a midfielder. She can play all roles, but she primarily is a midfielder because she can, I guess, like be everywhere on the map. She has like large map presence, lots of core control. She can help shove when your striker is like in an advantageous position against like a barrier or a what would you call like the goal box. She can kind of like jump in, cut off clear angles, or just help like get the core through. She's really good at damaging and KOing the people near the edge. And you can seriously cook with her because her glitch pops allow for so many things to happen on the map, like making the ball go in any direction. It's really quick, stuff like that. Oh yeah, something I wrote here is do not dash onto your teammates. I've been very guilty of this for a very long time. Sometimes I'd go for kills, but when I'm going for kills, that's like where my teammates are. I've accidentally hit the core at the same time, and it's messed up their ball control. So try not to do that. Try not to lose positioning with your teleporting and all that. All right, let's get into the abilities. So glitch pop is probably the most like advanced one. You've got it's really good for core control because you can fire it anywhere. Really good for scoring, passing, clearing, stacking damage because it does have a lot of damage you can do with it, especially with upper like awakenings. You can KO with it as well, and it does micro stunning, which is probably the most important thing. We'll get more into that later. Cyber swipe, which is your secondary. You can shove pretty much anything. It's got like a really good stun to it. I don't know how long the stun is, but it's like any other stun that's like a proper stun, not a micro stun. You can teleport around the entire map. There is a range to it, but like with a range awakenings, you can pretty much teleport anywhere, like within an instant. And it's really, really good for KOing people near the edge. Then you've got your special, which is your Firewall Sentry turret. So the turret is really good for... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me put the model back to default. Sorry. I just realized that. Why am I sad for? There we go. So the gun, or the turret, is really good for like shoving. Because it's like a bunch of hits, bunch of strikes. It does damage. It's really hard to avoid. You place it in like corners, just like against barriers, and it pretty much forces the ball in. If you place it really like correctly, it's almost unstoppable. It's very, very annoying to go against. Okay. So this is just some more like information about kind of like where you would stand and all that stuff. So excels in shoving, as I said before. You mainly want to try and keep constantly trying to like line up your dash because it's like your strongest ability. Line up with the core, hit like opponents, the core, and the barrier all at the same time. You cut off clear angles where the goalie would normally clear to, or like an opponent. Yeah, so preferably do this in a way that cuts off the open space. Maximizing the use of the dash is pretty much just hitting everything at once. So like you have the core, you have the opponent, everything else, you hit it all at once just to get the full value out of it. Strike warring with the glitch pops. So I think I'll probably have some clips or something later on I can show. But when you're like in a strike wall, you can strike and like hit opponents at the same time with your glitch pop to stun them, like a micro stun, which will like delay their strike, of course. I don't always recommend dashing up close. I do it sometimes to completely shut down the enemy striker. So I'll like dash onto them close, but it does risk you losing positioning, so you have to time it very correctly. And then you've got your turrets, which you can really support your other shover by placing it alongside them. There is times when you can do this and times that you don't, because you will lose positioning if you like leave your lane. Also, I can't see chat with the way I have this. Let me just see if anyone's typed anything.
Don't worry, I'll be sitting here keeping in touch with,
Sweet,
with
thank
chat
you.
if anything prescient comes up.
Awesome.
Just ask one question. You've got here that you prefer to play Aimi as a midfielder. Do you feel like she's viable in any other positions, or is that just your preferred position? How do you sort of feel about that? Would you ever play her as a forward?
I do. I try to avoid it, but often when you're in solo queue, you will be forced to be the shover, depending on what the other people are playing or where they're positioning. You would play her in a way that you would play kind of like an Oki style. Those that don't know, Oki is like a famous player who kind of sits on the goalie. You would play it sort of like that and dash to where they clear the ball. It's just kind of hard because you're a ranged character. So you will be using your abilities very quick and very precisely. So I would recommend trying to be on the midfield as much as possible, rather than the shover. As for goalieing, she's a great goalie. We won't be covering that in this thing, but she is a very good goalie as well. Yeah, so preferably be midfielder. You can be the shover, but you want to try and fall back and let the other person be the shover instead. You're the support shover. Okay. Ignore this link for now. That's just like a clip from the Strikers Cup that I have, but it will take us out of this. Let's go on to this now. Okay, so glitch popping. Probably the most important thing, to be honest, to remember. So glitch pop is another strike, but with inbuilt damage and micro stun. So it has a pretty big strike range. If you want to think about it as a strike, it's just how you pop it. You can do a lot of damage with it, especially with like the right awakenings and stuff like that. And most importantly, it's a micro stun, as I talked about before. It cuts off clear angles, which is probably the most important thing to note with her ability. I think you'll see some clear. So when I mostly play Aimi, I throw my glitch pops where the opponents will clear to. Or I throw it onto the opponent that's about to receive the core. Because it'll micro stun them, and then it'll also launch the core in a certain direction that you want it to. Clear through opponents, clears. Catch players off guard with quick glitch pops, which I have a clip of. So often I will strike the core, and right after I'll fire a glitch pop. It acts as kind of like having quick strikes, because you can strike the core almost instantly again. It's probably like faster than quick strikes, to be honest. But then you've got, yeah. So again, you kind of want to mix. You want to get the most value out of your glitch pops, right? So you want to get stun, damage, and hit the core at the same time. This is really useful here, but a little bit hard to do. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse actually, but use glitch pop to pass to teammates /clear. It's a little bit challenging, but if you learn to aim your glitch pops precisely, you can get a really good pass to your teammate that the goalies won't expect, or the enemy forwards. Yeah, so get accurate with those glitch pops. This is, I think I was gonna do a slide on this, but I was gonna say it instead. This is probably the hardest and most important thing to master Aimi, is get used to your glitch pop range, when to pop it, where to throw it, how to read the play, and where to place your like glitch pops. That's what kind of makes her a broken character, other than like her dash stun. I would recommend like what I did was I just played a lot of Aimi, a lot, rather than jumping in like practice mode and practicing glitch pops, which helped me anyway, like either way. But you can do either way to like practice her. Don't fire glitch pops backwards unless you're extremely comfortable with the range and you know that your goalie can't save the ball. So there'll be situations where no one can save the ball except for you if you fire a glitch pop backwards, and then you just need to time it right so that it fires back towards you or clears it. Okay. Onto our clips. Hopefully these work properly. Let's give it a go. Cool. Okay, let me just restart this. We can slow them down stuff as well. I don't want to take too long on every clip. So here, I've guessed where the goalie will clear to because there's an enemy forward down there. Now I'm obviously here. Now is here. So I've thrown a glitch pop to intercept. And it's working, got me a barrier. One more time. This throws so many goalies off, like they don't expect it at all because it's very quick. I do it constantly and it almost always works. This one. Another prediction I think I did. This one's pretty important too. So again, I've predicted where the core flip will go. I've thrown the glitch pop onto Odyssey admin here. So it both stuns him and hits the core. No one can save it. He's already striked, he can't save it again. Unless maybe he uses an ability, but it's very quick.
Hey Esper.
Yeah.
Will going full screen on these videos break the stream? Or no?
It shouldn't.
Yeah.
Is this too small?
Might be worth just like playing each once, just like full screen as well.
Yeah, I was considering that. I wasn't sure if this was too small, so let's give it a go.
Worst case, I can always bring up the video in full screen with high quality, just so everybody
Cool.
can make sure that they can see it better.
Awesome. How's this, guys? Is this fine? I think you can see this, right?
In a way.
It's a bit chunky.
It's a bit like blurry, yeah. It should fix up.
Oh. You're actually the only thing that's in color.
Yeah, you've managed to turn it black and white somehow.
No, it's doing the thing again.
Okay, because
Alright, hold
he's
on.
so much cute.
Is it? No, I'm breaking it. Hold on a second, guys. Go. There we go. So, are we unable to see like the clips? Is it a little bit too hard when they're small like this?
Yeah, well, so is that just happening when it's full screen, the black screen? Not to derail the stream or anything.
Seems to be happening regardless. If you can see on the right side there, it's completely black and white.
Okay, well,
I've got the
Can
full
you
video
still
up
see
on my
what's
screen.
going on?
vaguely.
Okay.
Is it alright on my end? I've got this here.
Yeah, your own's perfectly fine. The video is full screen.
Sweet. You can just watch Anti's stream then if that's what he's doing. Oh, yeah, so when I full screen, it kind of takes me out of it. Let me just quickly go back.
Just while he's addressing his technical issues, you can see here on the freeze frame that Esper is actually after core flipping towards Luciotto here. So after the claws hit Luciotto, he's core flipped. Esper's thrown the predictive glitch pop, which is just slowly sort of creeping in. He's already controlling space with his ulti, but as Luciotto gets ready to, clear away, he's already predicted it's going to happen and shuts him down, just like that.
Yes, sir. That's how we use Aimi. So, are we all good to continue?
Yeah, I think so. We can always revisit this at the end. Plus, this is all going to be attached to the slideshow, which we'll find a way to make public, so you can all revisit this at some point.
Yeah.
At your own leisure in the future. It's please forgive us for the technical difficulties.
Yeah. I don't know why they're happening. It is storming outside too, which doesn't help. So, all right.
Dramatic.
Yeah. On to the next page, we got quick unsuspecting glitch pops. So this is what I was talking about before with a very quick glitch pop after you strike. And we'll go to this clip here. I don't think I can full screen it. I hope you guys can see it.
That's okay. Hold on. How about I just play all the videos?
I can't see what you're doing, but if you like playing it through the slideshow yourself.
Yeah.
Cool. That should be fine then, right? Opening up your stream real quick. Okay, so in that clip there, what I've done is I have the barrier right, and then I've thrown a quick glitch pop, to act as like a really quick strike that they don't expect.
Okay.
Yeah, the clip's a little bit funny. So I've confused them, which is like the other big thing you can do with Aimi, is just completely break everyone's mind. They have no idea what's going on. It's really quick. He didn't know how to react. That's that one. There it is. Okay, so we got the next one now, which is, I think...
2 seconds long. Oh god, okay.
I'm not doing this one, I can't remember. I'll have to just see real quick. Oh, that's right, yeah. So, in this one here, again, it's pretty much the same thing. I've thrown a really quick glitch ball. Stunned Ant, and the ball has gone in while the barrier is still opening up. If I had striked, it would have been a bit later, and I think that goalie would have gotten it. So I think that's a really beneficial thing to do with Aimi. Is just quickly throw out a glitch pop, and you're gonna get some kind of success out of it, whether it's damage, stun, ball, barrier, whatever, clearing. Okay, we'll go on to the next stuff now.
Perfect.
For those that have joined, if there's problems with my screen that you're seeing, have a look at Anti's one. It should be a little bit better, a bit clearer. Let me just open back up my slide again. All right. Oops. My mouse has gone invisible. I love that. Okay, there we go. So we'll play that left clip. I'll look back at your screen again as well.
Yep. I'm just going to keep cycling through these, so feel free to just waffle on.
Yeah, sweet. So in this left clip here, we've got a bit of a longer clip. I think this was me using all my abilities and just quickly taking the offensive. Place a turret going towards the barrier. Look for where Lico is clearing. Gonna glitch pop. Got on both barriers. And then I set myself up here for a dash into the corner, which stuns the goalie, and then I score. This is like the ideal way of playing Aimi, with all her abilities in like a couple of seconds. So again, I throw a glitch pop where he clears. Get both barriers, which I guess is a little bit lucky. And I set myself up here for a stun, for a dash stun. That's a very important thing. I like to clear into the corner where I can dash in and hit the core and the player at the same time. He has no elusive. He can't do anything about it. Yeah, that's pretty much on that one. Go to the next one. I am seeing the comments now. All right, so I think this one's where I set up a really good glitch pop. This again is setting up a play. Setting up a play with my glitch pop rather than my dash this time. Down into the side and then glitch pop the core right into the corner there. It's very quick. Wilburs goes upwards, thinking I'm going to glitch pop it upwards. Instead I go straight. That's pretty much that one.
Esper, do
Yeah.
you know Did that core go red because it's overtime, or do you have like 1-2 or hot shot? Like, do you know in that clip?
I think that's actually because of overtime.
Overtime makes pops go red even with prime time.
That's crazy.
Yep. It's
What the hell?
Hmm.
This character's broken. Amy abuses. Shaking my head.
So, we will talk about Hotshot and 1-2 as well because they are very good awakenings on Aimi. But yeah, that shit sped up, which is really, really cool. Really handy. Yeah, so Wilbur's stumbled there. He like went up rather than down, which is what's going to happen a lot with playing Aimi. Because if you're quick enough, you can just send the core in a direction that they can't expect. Can't predict. Yeah. All right, we'll go on to the next one now. I'll just back up my slide again as well. I think this is just one more clip I had here I wanted to show. I think, again, it's the same thing. So it's me predicting a clear. Look. Yeah. Stunning Ant and also shooting the ball right into the goal while predicting where the goalie may clear to because he has a forward there. One more time and we should be good to go on.
An important thing to note, see how early it is that Esper predicts.
Yes.
So by the time that he's thrown this glitch pop, Iberian Psycho hasn't even touched the core yet.
That's right.
This guy's insane.
It's all part of playing Aimi 800 games in a row. Move on to the next slide now. So now we're on to dashing. So the dash has a crazy stun to it. It does a lot of damage and knockback. Even with the recent nerf to the knockback / damage, I think it's still quite strong, especially if you take like Pummelers or Siphoning Wand. Useful way to reposition. So, you say something goes wrong and there's a clear option for the enemy goalie, and like no one's there for some reason, and it goes all the way to your side. Before it goes all the way your side, you can just dash over to the core, to make up for like someone's mistake, or maybe it was your own mistake. You can dash to a core that's going straight in your goal. Only do this if the goalie is like dead or can't make it to the core. Otherwise, you're just throwing, right? The goalie could have made it. You could maybe mess up your dash redirect and the core goes in. You just throw in the points. Same thing as that glitch pop, right? Throwing the glitch pop backwards. Only do those if the situation is really serious and no one can save the core. So then at least you've attempted it, even if you mess it up. Dash redirect, kind of our first like techie thing we're going to get into. Strike the core right after dash. So this is actually one of the ways I score the most. I often set up a play where the core will be in front of the goalie or somewhere near him, and I'll just dash onto the core and then strike the core right after I've dashed to shoot the core maybe up or down into the goal. Because not always will the stun the goalie like enough time for them to enough time for them to not react. So it's just handy to be able to redirect the core as well to make sure that they can't save it. Let's go on to the next one. Here's some clips again. So I'll just go back to anti-screen. Look. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, this was a questionable game.
High, Esper. Keep breaking my format. Production quality's too high. You keep breaking my format.
I know it's been really weird for some reason. It keeps like going all 180p or whatever it is. Okay. So this one I think is just a quick example of how to use your dash. Right there. This is like the most simplest and most guaranteed way to get a barrier. I have hit the goalie and the barrier at the same time. Sorry, the goalie and the core at the same time. And it guarantees me a barrier. The only way you deal with that as a goalie probably is if you pre-elusive, or somehow you're outside of the range, or you hit the core beforehand. So Squishy's pushing up here, or like 1-2-2 is pushing up here. I'm up there, so I can just dash in and cover the other clear angle. And I hit the goalie. Can't do anything about it. Hits the barrier. And that's a free barrier. Okay. Second. Okay. So we'll go to the next clip now. He's just dunking on rookies at this point. Bro, this game was crazy, but you got like 1 LP for it. I don't know what happened, man. Anyway, so this one here, something I wanted to include because I think it's really important, especially for inkies. I think this is the one anyway. This is where I think I dash into the player to hit him into the water gun. Yeah. So again, Aimi has crazy knockback. I just knock the dude into the water jet and he goes flying. He dies.
Can't use space to pause.
Yeah, it's some ridiculous stuff. I know it's weird. That's all right. So yeah, I've knocked him into the water gun. Beforehand, I've thought about this and I've lined up. I've hoped he'd get close enough. And yeah, he's dead. Cool. Let's go on to the next one. I'll just move my slide over as well. Alrighty. So, right, I just had to see what that clip was again. So I did 2 things here. The main thing was the dash goal here, but I've glitch popped for a quick strike, and then I've dashed onto the goalie, which has stunned him, and again put the ball into the goal. If you can get it right into that corner, it is really, really, what's the word? I don't know, like really advantageous. Often you can just get the core straight into the corner. It hits the corner in a way where it just bounces straight into the goal. It hits Ant because he didn't elusive in time. And yeah, the core just goes straight in. Again, an example of the crazy stun and knockback that it has. And look, if he saved it, he's now half HP, right? He's taken a bit of damage. He was already low, but he's taken even more damage. You maximize your use of your abilities again.
A quick question regarding Aimi's dash. When the core is struck, is it always shot sort of forward from the direction here? Because you can see when you dash, even though he clears it away, it's beside you, but it still goes sort of in that heading to the right towards their goal. Is that something that's inherent to her dash? Like, is it always going to go in that direction?
I think with the way it bounced here, it does go down, but you can see there's 2 damage numbers. I'm wondering if maybe I actually struck the core right after. I'm not actually 100% on that one.
Like it, if we slow it down.
The core, yeah, you did.
I did. Okay.
Real slow.
Yeah.
On frame by frame analysis here.
Yeah, first hit made it go right angle, then the second hit made it go more towards the goalie side from your angling downwards. That's what happened.
Right. Yeah. I think on default, I just click the core every time I teleport. That is a really, really good point, actually. I didn't write this down. It is part of the dash redirect, but except here I'm just using it to hit the core again. So I've dashed in and I just add a click in there.
Yeah, to guarantee the blink worked. Because some goalers can hit it through the blink right before you onto them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so include your clicks into your dashes. Now we'll go on to the next clip. I just pull up your screen again. Nice and short one again. I think I get like a kill here. This is an example of her knockback when people are near the edge. Nice little double kill. I think this is when Aimi still had more knockback, but also maybe I took pummelings here. Look for people near the edge, like constantly, right? Players often go near the edge by accident, or they think they're safe. Not when there's an Aimi on the court. Like, she can just instantly dash over and kill you. So here I get a nice juicy double kill. I've also placed a turret. I mean, I'm going to get into the turret later, but I placed a turret so that it blocks off like kind of like a clear angle. I didn't have to here with squishies down there, but it worked out. Yep. That's pretty much that one. We'll go on to the next one. Okay. Here we've got our first little practice play example. So dash redirect. How to do? You would pretty much dash onto the core, like dash. Your player should go onto the core rather than the what do you call it, like the fan. You can see here, right? I'm dashing almost over the core. My character should land right on the core. That way, my character's strike box can just click the core away. This is really, really useful in like every situation. I think this makes her quite broken. You can use it to save the core, like I have in this little clip here. Thank you. Nice little drawing. So, yes, I pretty much dashed over the core. From the looks of the fan, right? But I think my character lands pretty much right onto it. And then you just click the core again right after the fan hits. It's not before, but right after. And you will get a redirect. Super, super useful in like everything.
Do you find the windows quite tight, or does it get easier with time? Like, is it still something you have to think about?
I don't think it is. I think because the moment you come out of the dash, you hit the core with your fan, or whatever you want to call it, your dash.
Sure.
So you have all that time to click the core again. You basically just click it the second you come out of the dash, and it should guarantee a click. Because you can't, I don't think you can actually click the core before you come out of the dash. Like, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, it should be pretty easy to get used to. Because I'd say the Lunar Dash is a lot harder, for those that know. This is a lot easier to redirect the core. You've got more, like, time.
Yeah, so it's not a very timing-specific trick. It's the most important aspect's the placement of the dash. Right. So really just know your ranges, folks.
Yes. I play with ability indicators off. I used to play with them on for a very long time. You can, if you're like starting off with Aimi, you're not used to her, you can keep them on to get used to her ranges. Or you can just go for it, turn off ability indicators, and just kind of get like a feel for her abilities and their range. I do sometimes get my dash range wrong. Just because I forget. With Awakenings, it's all pretty straightforward. At first, you're like, oh, how far is it gone now? But it's usually the same with like every Awakening and how long they make your things go. Sorry. Okay. Let's go to the next clip. Yeah, this next one. I think this one was just a really quick example of just dash redirect. Pretty much everything I've explained. Ignore the Julie goalie. So here I glitch pop up into the corner, set myself up for a play, dash over the core, and redirect it downwards. He actually really got like really close to predicting that, or like getting to the core. If he was Dubu, maybe he hits it. But either way, the point there was that I've redirected it, puts everyone off, and it goes into the goal. Okay. Go on to the next one. Let's next page. I think I've included another clip here. I think actually this one is probably the best clip that I have for redirecting here. So just pause that for a second. Sorry. So here, I've clicked the core against the wall so that it bounces up near Wilbur's to set myself up for the perfect dash redirect. I make it so it goes to the middle, and when I dash, I can shoot up or down. Down's more favorable here. There's not much you can do against a 1v1. So there's not much the goalie can do against this. It's like a standard 1v1, except I can dash immediately into the 1v1 position and just click the core wherever I want. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. Again, that's
simple, clean.
Sorry?
Nice, simple, clean. Do you think there was anything that Wilburs as a goalie could have done there? Or was it pretty much execution dependent on your end, whether you scored that or not?
Let's watch it again one more time, just real quick. Have a look. I actually don't think so. I think he could have walked down beforehand, and maybe I could have shot upwards. I think that's just up to him either using an ability before I hit the core, or he kind of is the word preemptively walks into a direction, like maybe he walks down first.
As if he predicts it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's super hard though. Like, you need to win the 50-50 there on which is it going to go upwards or down. Maybe I don't even redirect the core.
You heard it here first, guys. If you don't score on Wilbur's, it's your fault. It was a 50-50 and you lost.
He is the goat after all. Yep. All right, so go on to our next one. Sip my coffee real quick. Okay. So, big, long, annoying turret. This ability is really annoying to go against as a goalie, or even as like enemy forwards. Basically, a bunch of consecutive strikes in a line. You're welcome to play the video, by the way. I think you already are, but
Already on it, buddy.
sweet. Okay, so preferably use the turret place the turret in on an angle. I actually forgot to write this, but put the turret on an angle like it is right now. Don't make it like straight against the walls, or if it's on an angle like that goes towards the middle rather than the opposite kind of diagonal, you can trap the core in. It cuts off more clear angles rather than going like any other direction. And then you can just kind of use the wall and the turret to determine where you hit the core. Here in this clip, I do throw a glitch pop in there to like get another quick hit in. You don't have to do this, but a goalie would roughly be like where the goal is, and then he would try and figure out where the core's going to go. This one here is really good, this placement. I'd recommend this most of the time. Nice and tight. It's like leaving a little bit of space, that little corner there. The people have to elusive when they're in that to hit the core. And if you do that, you're already getting at risk of getting hit by the turret again. There's not much you can do about it. You'd have to hit the core out as the goalie, like very, very quickly. You can see there's spaces between bullets which you can clear through. There are actually plays you can make with Aimi by doing this. It's just very hard to do. And goalies or players can abuse this to get the core through the turret, which is a warning. Oh yeah, and of course, does a lot of damage. I don't generally try to get awakenings that make my damage higher, but you could. But also, you do get some damage off of it because people get stuck in it. When the bullets hit you, you do slow down because you've been hit. You get micro stunned, which then allows for more bullets to hit you. Yeah, so place them in corners is really, what's the word? I don't know, but like it just, people can't do much about it. So it's a very good ability, very good ult. On to the next thing.
Let me escape.
Good. Got some more clips. Lots of clips in this PowerPoint. These aren't my best Aimi turret clips. It's just the ones that I found. I think, first of all, like my clip system breaks half the time, so I can't get the clips I want. I found a clip here with me using the turret on an angle once again. Again, I've aimed it towards the middle rather than like any other direction. It's carrying the ball along. Poor Luciota gets caught at the edge here, and there's enough knockback on the turret to the point where he just dies. Watch it again. So see how if you're able to pause it, yeah, there we go. So turret radius is actually aiming directly into the goal on the very top. This allows the core to actually travel right into the goal. You give the turret a little bit of space inside of the goal box here. Goal box? I don't know what it's called, like the actual goal itself. And people can get caught on that, and the core can get caught on that. Yeah, this is probably an old clip. A lot of my clips here are old, where I didn't have the blue skin. Good old days, you know? Yeah, so that's a good example there. Time. And then we... Right, let's go to this one now. Again, these aren't my best turret clips, but there's one that I just found. They're roughly good examples. This is what I do a lot. I dash in, I did redirect the core here, but ignoring that, I hit the ball, and then I just put the turret down to stop clear angles. The second I come out the dash. So now their goalie, Baskap, he cannot clear upwards. Well, he could, but it might get caught in the turret. He is forced to strike wall me. Which then, I use the bullet of the gun to hit the core into the barrier. Which, yeah, lands me in the barrier. Again, dash in, put the turret down, blocks off the clear angle, kind of creates like a little space for me to work with. It's very greedy. I don't know if this is necessarily correct for me to teleport down there when my teammate's down there. I still do it anyway, and it does work. Because he can't really clear up, and if he does, my goalie can kind of work in that up space up there, like that space. Yeah. Okay, we'll go on to the next.
Esper would never blink onto a teammate.
Man, I had that happen for so long. It still does happen. Again, it happens when I go for kills at the corner.
Do you feel like Aimi is a fundamentally pretty selfish pick? Like, do you think this is a problem that's common with Aimi players as a whole, or do you think it's an individual quirk?
Definitely a problem as Aimi players as a whole. Aimi can do so much. You need to just limit yourself to what you do, because you can potentially mess up the entire play made by your teammates. She's so much fun, right? She's so much fun to dash around. Sometimes things work out. Other times, maybe you have a cracked player on the other team. I've had some very good players, and they've told me, like, stop dashing on me because you ruined my dribble. You just want to... Like, this problem carries over with Estelle and Luna as well. Because they're players that make... Sorry, they're characters that make they make plays from a distance. You just want to rely on your teammate enough that they can do stuff on their side, and then you can do your stuff on your side. You dash near your teammate when it's cutting off a clear angle, which I had in some of the clips earlier. You don't dash directly on your teammate. You dash in a way that covers the rest of the area that the goalie can clear to. Yeah, pretty much what Thronia said in chat, right? It's supposed to cover for your teammates, not steal their valor. So you're covering the area that the teammates cannot cover themselves. And if your teammate messes up, you can cover for them as well. Okay, so we'll go on to the next. Okay, now we're getting interesting. So now we're revealing all the secrets, right? So. Oh, hold on, it's this one first. So the dash pop kill combo probably goes on by many names. Long range Julie dash punch combo. It is the exact same as a Julie dash punch. Use secondary primary first in quick succession. When players are near the edge, you can actually use it in many situations, not just for killing. You dash, which I'm going to try to do in the next clip, I think. But before we get there, we dash. The moment you come out of the dash, you throw your glitch pop, and you quickly pop it. I don't think I wrote this down. Oh, I did. But so dash secondary on the enemy that's near a wall. The moment you come out of the dash, also hitting the opponent while moving away from the core, which is the important part here. I didn't realize I was doing this for the longest time until recently, but when I come out of a dash, I move backwards or away from the core. Or core? Yeah, core or player. And then I glitch pop. If you do it while standing still after coming out of the dash or moving forward, you're going to be too forward. And you're going to probably glitch pop the player actually towards you rather than away from you. Which then, you know, obviously ruins the kill combo. So there's different instances in how you use this. I think I have some clips of it next, which I'll get to in a moment. Let's read this one here. In some cases, the enemy gets launched really far in a certain direction from the dash as they have been staggered. So depending on how you hit the player and how they're walking, you may push them in weird ways. Your goal there is to, when you come out of the dash, you need to quickly throw the glitch hop in a way that will pop and hit the enemy out into the void, I guess. So now we'll go on to the next slide, which should have the examples here. Okay, so this one's a little bit of a training, practice mode example. I think I have two here. So here I haven't done it, actually I haven't done it perfectly in that first one, but what I've done is, it doesn't matter where the radius of your fan is. I have gone a little bit over, kind of. But as long as it hits the player, it's fine. It's not like the dash combo. Sorry, the dash redirect. So I hit the player, the dash happens, and then I throw my glitch pop out, which is like instantly, right? And then I pop it almost immediately. It's just as long as it hits the player on the edge of the glitch pop, and it knocks them out. Another thing is I've made sure the player is low enough for me to be able to stagger them. Generally, you want them to be staggered on the dash. Sometimes you can just do it without, like, you can do it on the glitch pop, you can stagger them. And there I've knocked them out. I did mess it up a little bit, but they got knocked out. Here is a better example. The second one here. So the player is quite low. I think. Yep. So low enough where, and also close enough to the edge where I can push him back, glitch pop him, and he's dead. So I think you can see it. Yeah, I'm walking back the glitch pop. Sorry, the dash. And then I pop it real quick, and he goes flying into the goal, and he's dead.
You can see just how quick that turnaround is.
Yeah, so I think that basically the moment I've dashed, like the moment like the character's getting ready for the dash, I'm already pressing backwards, right? Because I can't move when I'm dashing. So my finger's already on the D key in that situation to make sure I move away from the points of impact. This combo, I don't think enough Aimi players do it. It is so broken, just like a Julie dash punch, but you can do it from a range. You get knockback awakenings, maybe you take pummelers, damage stuff, and then you just get really good at doing this combo consistently, and you probably get so many kills. Back when she used to have more knockback, this was really broken. It still is, mostly with pummelers. And I will get to the awakenings later. Those that know, Super Surge is my favorite awakening, and this is the reason why, because the dash combo is just so OP. Alright, we'll go on to the next clip now. Get some coffee in my system. Okay. So, I think this is quite an old clip as well, actually. This is a very satisfying clip. Another double kill, but I do it in the way of the dash pop combo. So I've hit both players off the edge, and see how the Julie wasn't going to die? In most situations, I'm just going to throw my glitch pop just in case someone doesn't die. You should almost always do it. And I've thrown it in a way where it's not just to pop the player into the edge. Super satisfying clip. This will happen a lot with damage awakenings and people that stack. Or like, you know, at least players that are near each other. I feel like Aimi is one of the biggest murderers in the game. Every character has like the same damage, but she can just do so much damage so quickly sometimes, and so easily. Because you get your glitch pop quite frequently, and you just keep popping players until they're low enough to do this combo. Yeah, so we'll go on to the next clip now. let me actually change my slide to... Oh no, it's on the right one. Oh wait, the next slide is... Oh, that's right, cool. Okay. Now we're getting into our our techie stuff. So the stuff we just covered is probably all the most important stuff with Aimi, other than Awakenings and gear. That's the stuff you want to be doing the most. This stuff is for when you're comfortable with Aimi and you want to start breaking everyone's ankles in the game. So the downside of this stuff is it also confuses your team because they have no idea what's going on. But it is so what do you call it? So useful to perfect this. At first, it seems like a fancy thing you can do, but it's really good for getting the goalie confused. They will run a direction where they think the core is going, but then you pop the core and then it goes in a different direction. Anyway, I'll stop blabbering on about that. I'll just actually start talking about this first one. So glitch pop redirect tech. I normally call this the L shot. It's not always done in an L way. It's done in like an angle. Allows for more angles to click. A really good way to pass, which is a bit more advanced. This gets harder to do as the core gains speed. So when the core goes into overtime, stuff like this can be very tough to do. How to do, before you watch the video, I'll just tell you real quick. So your primary first. This can be done with clicking the core and also your primary at the same time. It's better if you just very slightly click your primary first and then click the core. There's like a millisecond difference. You'll be able to hear it if you listen to your mouse clicking. The core will be riding alongside the core. Sorry, the glitch pop will be alongside the core. Then you have the choice of popping the core whenever you want. So, another thing that's important. I don't think I actually wrote this down very well here, but you need to stand next to the core. Say you want the core to go to your right, which is most of the time, right? Because you're going towards the enemy's goal. You want to stand on the left side of the core. This just makes the glitch pop aim in a better way, where you can send the glitch pop to the right. I think Anti's not here at the moment. Are you here, Anti?
Yeah, I'm back.
Sweet, cool. So we'll play our first clip. I do a lot in this little clip here. It's just 25 seconds. Meant to be that long?
Slow it down.
Let me just have a quick look. I made sure I actually put everything in here. Sorry, like nothing bad in here. Yeah, cool. Okay. All right, so it's just 25 seconds of me just doing this shit. But so it is very quick. We'll just watch it like this for now, and then we'll slow it down and stuff. Basically, I'm clicking the core and sending my glitch pop at the same time, or I'm actually just slightly clicking my right click first and then glitch popping. I think it's a good example here. You get those like right angles, right? Or you get the like kind of like just a really weird kind of angle, like here. That's more of a self pass, to be honest. But that's why I stopped calling it the L shot, because you can actually get more precise angles. It's really good for quickly getting into corners, or even actually just passing it to your teammate. Look at it here, right? It goes directly into the corner. Maybe the goalie runs upwards because he thinks the core is going up, but now you've just baited him, right? You baited him to go up, and now you just shoot down. The zigzag shot is actually something else I have later on that I haven't shown anyone yet, except for a couple of friends. It's not probably as cool as it sounds, but it's just like a little fancy thing I learned recently. We'll get to that though. So you can do like little angles like that. Basically, in your plays, you're just mixing glitch pops. Oh yeah, sorry, I was gonna say, you can see that I've clicked the core. I've thrown my glitch pop out first, then click the core. Let's see right here, right? It's just slightly quicker. And I've made sure I'm standing right next to the core on the left side, so that the glitch pop and the core obviously aren't on top of each other, where it can mess up the redirect. This is really good for getting barriers, which I have some clips of. Good for scoring, good for passing, good for just midfield play. It's just good for everything. It is the most simple of her tech, unlike the redirect shot. It looks harder than it is. You cannot do this if you have ability indicators on. You can't click the core and the redirect shot at the same time. So you can only do this kind of tech if you have ability indicators off, which I would recommend to get used to. Okay. Have more coffee. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for that one, but we'll just keep watching this for a second. Actually, no, it's all good. Yeah, you can just put it back into normal speed if you want. I would recommend learning this. Like, no, I don't really see anyone else doing this. Obviously, there would be players in OC that maybe do it, and obviously other regions too. I think everyone should do this a lot more. I'm now ruining goalies' lives with this. I'm really sorry for this, goalies. I'm also a goalie now, so...
If there's anybody who feels particularly inclined or is artistically talented in some way and wants to make it a goalie tears emote, I will commission it from you.
honestly. Okay. So we'll go on to the next one. I think it's like the next clip. I've realized this has taken already an hour. Is there a limit? Because I can speed up things a lot more if we need to.
How are we doing? Let's say to the people, overall, is everybody enjoying themselves? Do you want us to try and up the tempo a little bit? Because
there's a lot more to cover.
Esper has...
So, might as well stay around.
Lovely. Yeah, look, we'll do a little, react if you want more SB. Give me a thumbs up react if you are interested in having this continue on at the same sort of pace.
So many thumbs up, that's crazy, guys. I got a lot more stuff to cover, or like not heaps more, just tech and then the awakenings, which I'd say is very, very important.
Oh, man, you have 33 slides.
It's because some of them are
here.
Full of
Holy.
clips. The thing is, right, I couldn't even include everything because Aimi just has so many specific things, but I was hoping this is the most important stuff.
Aimi players are a whole different breed.
I would say she's... People can argue, but I'd say she's the most complicated character to master, other than Luna. She's just the most broken character of all time. Like, I do recommend people to learn her, but don't learn her tech stuff until you're comfortable in the character. Learn your glitch pops. That's like the biggest thing. Let me just slide. Did we watch the other slide?
Yeah,
that was on that same one. Cool. I just wanted to say about that one real quick. You don't have to go back to it at all though. That other slide that we were doing, those are really, really quick glitch pops. Glitch pop tech. This one here. This is like a very quick version. This is the one I would recommend doing more because it's super, super quick. Sometimes you're too quick though, where the goalie actually won't be baited by it. So you want to be careful how you use this. Yeah. So we'll go on to the next one now. People are naming off people I've gone against. I actually did this one on Coinks the other day, and I told him I'm going to do it on you one day. So I actually have gotten him with the forbidden zigzag tech, but I didn't get to clip it, and I haven't done it to anyone else yet. But I'm glad I at least broke his ankles here. So here is just a beautiful example of how you would use a glitch pop tech, right? Coinks Coinks thinks the ball is going up, so he walks up. It doesn't, it goes down, right, into the other corner. It's nice and quick. The goalie is confused. He dies. Or his brain dies. Baited. I'm sorry, Coinks, if you're here, to be done. I actually want to quickly watch this again. I could technically there have actually just shot down. Maybe he wouldn't have gotten it. But say he had roll, he might have gotten it. There are better situations where the goalie definitely couldn't have saved it if I did the glitch pop, but could have saved it if I just hit the core normally. It's both fancy and just really handy to confuse everyone. We'll go on to the next clip so we don't take too long.
I guess to ask the question, do you feel like the quick glitch pops and the pop and pass, whatever terminology you want to use, do you think it's something that every Aimi player should have in their arsenal, or do you think it's what you use to take that next step above? Is it? I guess is it fundies at the end of the day?
Sorry, did you say is it something that every player should know how to do glitch pop tech?
Yes.
It's the step you take after you get used to using her.
I have an opinion on this. I think at the highest level, you need to know that kind of thing. Because sure, the game's rather straightforward in the way you want to score, but all the top players, top goalies, they're going to expect that. They're going to know what to do against that. So being able to have misdirection in your playstyle is very, very, very valuable. I think it's very, very good.
That is very, very true. And with certain awakenings, this can change the way the glitch pop can work. Say you've got missile prop, you can actually really have a really long glitch pop. Just stays on the core for a while, which again gives you more options for the angles you can pull. You could pull off baits. Say you keep doing this trick. You could pretend you're going to do it again, but you don't do it. The big thing I want to mention, don't do it too much. Do it when it feels right and when the goalie probably won't expect it. Don't keep pulling it out in the same game because they'll adjust. They will probably figure out a way to deal with it. Okay, we'll go on to the next one.
Yes.
What's our next tech? Oh, let me just move my slides too. Probably should. In case people are watching the cat. I think I have there it is, the starry-eyed cat. There we go. All right, so I think I'm on the wrong slide. I am. There was this one here. I didn't title this area, but anyway, I think I really, really like this one. This was extremely recently. This is the best way to use a glitch pop. I was very, very proud of this. So Wilburs is the most insane goalie of all time. One of the most insane ones. Especially on Oni, Asher. Here I baited him to go up. And I've just glitch popped the bottom side of the barrier. Again, glitch pop. And it goes straight down. He thinks it's going to go up. He's just out of strike range. Hits the barrier at the same time. Goes to SPV. This game, by the way, was absolutely insane. This was at midnight. Really good times. And then you can add some extra stuff here, but I put a turret down. I dash in. I use everything, right? So I'm putting all of my abilities down to block the core in and pressure everyone in the game. SPV makes use of this as well. Yeah. So we'll go on to the next one now.
Perfect.
A horror cat, you saw it? Where did you see the horror cat? All right. Let me just move on to the next one as well. Slide. Glitch pop self pass. This one is it's very similar to the glitch pop redirect tech. What I'm doing here is actually, first of all, it's useful to get around opponents at the pass to yourself, obviously to make plays, confuses everyone again. Your teammates have no idea what's going on, which can be a detriment, I guess. How to do? You have to primary first with this one, definitely. But you primary a little bit later. And what we'll do is we'll slow it down in a second too. So you primary and then you click, but you're doing it a lot slower. So I think here I should do it. Actually, this example here is a bit more advanced, but I've done a really quick pass, which again is really good. Again, right there is an example of a self pass, just without doing the tech. I literally just pass it to myself using my glitch pop. Don't do this often, only do it when you need to. It is a Rasmus hook. Yep, that's correct. That example here is really, really good. So I throw the glitch pop and then click. Just a lot more delayed. And it bounces right back to me, or does it go in the goal? I can't remember. So to me, and then I click into the corner. I was very quick, so maybe I wouldn't have my strike up normally, but this still works in very many situations. It is a lot harder to do a self pass while you're moving. This is why I don't do it often until I've perfected it. It just works to break goalie's ankles once again. That's perfect, that one there. Yeah, I would recommend learning this as well. It's super handy. I think I have some clips in the next slide, which we'll go over to. Move my thing over again as well. This first clip is just a very simple self-pass without doing like the kind of like fancy tech. I actually think, like, I could have left this for Xenesis here, or Xenesis, whatever. I could have left it for him here. But he also would have been a lot, like, up a lot closer to us, which is dangerous. So I self-pass here. And I think I mess up I don't even pass the monk here, which is so stupid. Don't get absorbed in your plays as Aimi. Still pass as much as anyone else would. Something I should have mentioned at the start. Do not try to cook too much. Just still play the game like teamwork. This again happens to be this really weird game that I had. I think I do actually a nice little self-pass goal here when it loads. Yeah, this one's really clean. It makes the goalie go upwards. Has no idea what's going on. Can't react. This one's actually a lot quicker, as you can see. I actually click the core and the glitch pop like very quickly, rather than more delayed. And comes straight back to me, and I click it into the corner. Such a useful skill to learn. Just a little bit tricky at times. Watch it one more time, and then we'll go back to the next slide. Nice and clean. Goalie has no idea what's going on. Really useful in the midst of like the midfield as well. Okay. This one is really weird, but cool. So this is the glitch pop flip tech, which basically means it's technically the opposite, right? So I'm flipping and then I'm glitch popping, and I'm redirecting the core, keeping its speed, or sometimes you don't keep the speed and you just like redirect the core. Really good to get an extra angle on your core flips. And it also works as a stun if someone's within the glitch pop. So here I'm flipping. I throw a glitch pop up. I think. Oh yeah, I wrote some stuff here. I'll just read this out because I think I'm gonna forget to say it. So core flip, then primary in the direction that the core flip is going to go. So that part's easy. You just throw the glitch pop up. The more important part is you move your cursor slightly down so that you can click the core to the bottom of the glitch pop. This can depend on where you're doing it. Mind you don't even have to move your cursor. This one you really want to practice in practice mode and not screw over your games with it. Because I do this a lot. I have done this a lot. I am guilty of it. I've tried to go for glitch pop flip tech, and I've just messed up a glitch, like a core flip goal. Quick look at this example here. I forgot what this one was. This one's just like an example of getting a bit of a weird redirect. Just messes with the core. We'll go back to the start again here too. So this doesn't keep the speed, but say the goalie was up the very top, you know, he's not going to be able to react to it. This is like another angle you can do on the side here. It's like doing a glitch pop tech, just now you're including the core flip into it.
It's sort of the next level up from that. I imagine it creates like a tighter timing window.
Yeah, it does. And ideally you always want to keep the redirect speed, where it goes into like supersonic, whatever it's called in this game, where the core stays red. We'll go on to the next one now. Guessing I have an in-game. Oh yeah, this one I just got the other day, and I was very proud of it. It's not the best ever kind of thing, but this worked really well. Thank you, Disabled Man, for the clip. You can see he has dynamic camera on here.
Oh god. I told him.
Yeah.
Coachable
So-
compass for nothing.
This one's quite close where I do it. It gives me the angle where I can push the core between Miharu and Kamimura, and then I can just redirect the core to go up into the top corner. Not perfectly into the corner, but it goes into roughly the top area. I couldn't have done that without the glitch pop. I'd say this is a perfect example of where you probably can't get the angle without someone maybe saving it. So I include the glitch pop into there. And it puts everyone off. It goes straight into the goal. Okay. Yeah, so I think I already said this before, but that one you should practice in like practice mode, not really in games, because it's a bit confusing, a bit hard. All right, move my slide down as well. The zigzag. This one was more of a recent thing I discovered. It's really, really weird. You can probably see why it's called a zigzag. This is just mixing in the dash redirects and the glitch pop L shot kind of tech. It's really quick. It's actually quite tough to pull off, which I think I explain here, or maybe I don't explain it. Maybe I'll just explain it by words, by mouth. Sorry. So with this one, you need to fire your glitch pop before the redirect within the dash. This timing is really precise and really tough to pull off because for some reason the game doesn't like if you come out of your dash and you click the core and the primary at the same time. The primary actually won't release. It doesn't actually register. It's really, really weird. I think Aimi is not meant to be able to do this. But if you get the timing correctly, you can pull it off. It's a zigzag, goes into one of the corners, confuses everyone. It's really fancy, but does have its uses. It's not just for show, which we'll see in the next clip. We'll go to it in a sec. This is again another example actually 2 examples in quick play. In friggin' practice. This example here is the one time I've actually pulled it off on Coinks, which is kind of funny. I pushed it into the corner and then I do the glitch pop tech. This is the zigzag. Just probably an easier way when you can use the corner. Look at the clip on the right. Let's do this one real quick. That's okay. Yeah, so that one's like really, really handy. This one here is me getting into one of the bottom corners, which is super useful. I don't really like doing it this way because the way my brain thinks is the first clip is better because the goalie will get stuck on where to walk. Doing it on this angle, like the last clip here, actually gives the goalie more of a chance to react to the ball. Kind of weird to explain, but the goalie's mind will probably just go straight down because it looks like a normal dash redirect. It's the same thing but with extra steps. So I prefer to do it in a zigzag way where I start from the bottom, I jump up onto the core, do the glitch pop tech, and it goes up into the top. Kind of like a zigzag. Up, down, up. I was probably going to show this in practice mode, but I might not bother with that because it just adds extra steps to the stream. You can give this a go in practice mode. It's just you may not have the glitch pop come out, as I mentioned before. So you need to figure out the timing of clicking the primary and then clicking the core without losing the core. It's very confusing. This is like the most advanced tech I've probably found. There is other stuff too that I haven't tried to perfect yet, but this one's very tough.
As a goalie player, imagine trying to predict where this core is going to go. Like,
exactly, right?
What direction? What is going on here?
Yeah. And right, like maybe if you see this, you think, okay, the core's going to go down. Then it goes back up again, right? Is this the one where I go back up? I can't remember. I go back down on that one. That's why I don't really recommend that one. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy tech. Go on to the next one now, which I think is our awakening list.
Yeah, we've managed to get all the way here. For the awakenings, what we might do just for time. What if we just explain the top tier As I'm sure you guys know, there is a fair amount of overlap for awakenings in Omega Strikers. So the variations and the, Super Surge is great, Aerials is probably great as well. Like there's a whole lot of overlap there. If you guys do want a more in-depth explanation in the future, I'm sure we can get that organized. But just to make sure that people can get to sleep and, move on with their days, we might just sort of shorten it just for tonight.
Yeah. Luckily, Aimi is actually really, really simple with Awakenings. She can take almost anything and it's good. You can either look at the tier list here or you can go to the next slide. We can just have a look at this one. Actually, let's go to the next slide.
It's on the next slide, yeah, perfect.
And I'm going to go back to the previous slide just to explain some other stuff after, but first we'll do this. So, okay, so we'll go with gear first. Gear is nice and kind of nice and simple. So I like taking mag souls almost like all the time because Aimi has range and she hovers around the midfield very often. So when she dashes in, she still has speed. She is able to move around the midline really fast because of I think it's 20 or 30% movement speed when you're on the midline, something like that. It's just my go-to. It's nice and simple. I take Pummelers second because, of course, her knockback is crazy. I take it when there's an awakening if it's generally damage awakening, or if my team is running kind of like a kill comp. Sometimes it's map dependent too, but generally I still take mag souls. Night Marker, I take Pummelers more often because of the way the map's designed. Siphoning is what I used to do a lot. Still think it's really good, but for some reason I don't take it. And I think it's because, I don't know, I just don't go for damage as much as I do. I wanted to go for core control. The Siphoning allows so much damage on Aimi. Slicks I actually never take. I don't even know why I put it there, but Slicks would probably be your last option if you want to just ball chase, or not ball chase, but just be on the ball a lot. Goalie gear, not really important because we're not doing goalie stuff, but it's always the eject button. Now, we got our awakenings here. So, and also I wanted to stay on the forward gear. I didn't include Van Braces, but take Van Braces if it's a tempo start, or you're feeling like you're going to get killed by a Finny constantly or something, right? Or an X. This current meta, tempo is broken and kill characters, so just be wary of that. Now, most players, I think that play Aimi, would say that Extra Special is her best awakening. It probably is. For me, it's always Super Surge. I am a Super Surge lover through and through. I take it over most things because it gives you enough range to be able to take barriers and goals constantly. It gives you such good damage and knockback. Yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. But that's all you need for the Super Surge. Extra Special is technically the best on her because you're constantly getting your special at the start of the round. You get it more often. Her turret is just an unstoppable force half the time. You mix that with other awakenings, which I'll talk about later, and it becomes broken. Rapid Fire isn't in the game right now, but it's really good on her. You constantly have damage, because you constantly have your glitch pops. Twin Dry is my other personal favorite. Having 2 dashes allows for you to constantly get your dash up and just dash around the map, get barriers, get kills. Tempo on her is so broken because it's tempo and it's broken. She does so much damage. Mix that with other awakenings again and you're killing people constantly. Timeless is a really good one too. Mix that with Extra Special and you constantly have a massive turret that lasts a bit longer. Deadeye, people would also argue it's her best awakening. It is if you're going for kill comp or damage, because your glitch pops and all that other stuff, I think it's mainly your glitch pops. They're at the range where they do enough damage. Sorry, they're at the range where the damage buff kicks in for Deadeye, and then you just annihilate people pretty much. Then we've got A. So, I think I changed this on the current. I think I didn't update the picture, but I think I put Aerials in S, but to be honest, I think it's still A. It's again, it used to be her best awakening, and people would still argue it is because you have the dash range and the glitch pop range. I don't think it's 100% necessary to have extra glitch pop range. It's help in so many ways, but Super Surge is the pick over aerials in my opinion because of the damage and knockback. Stacks, you're on the midfield. Stacks is, you know, like, you get so much speed from it. You're constantly walking around, clicking the core, so you might as well take it. Here's the 2 secret ones, Hot Shot and 1-2 Punch. I think I talked about them in the previous slide, so you can go back to it for now if you want. I talked about at the bottom here. Before I get to the combination at the top, I'll just go to the bottom. So, Hot Shot and 1-2 Punch work really well with, first of all, the dash pop kill combo. So for 1-2 Punch, because your glitch pop now does more damage and more knockback. It works really well for the glitch pop tech because your second hit is the glitch pop, so now the core's going to go flying at a speed that people don't predict. Hot Shot, same deal, right? The core goes flying, and you get the benefits of Hot Shot, which I think is like the cooldown stuff. We'll go back to the next slide again. Actually, we'll stay on this one. We'll quickly go through these things. Combinations that I really like. Favorite, Super Surge and Twin Drive. You now have a long dash with lots of damage twice. So you're constantly getting kills or knockback or barrier shove, which is my favorite thing. The barriers and scoring. It's now easier to get, what's it called? Dash redirects because of the Super Surge. You have a second one with Twin Drive. Did I Rapid Fire when Rapid Fire was in the game? You now have so much damage constantly. So that one's really, really good too. Probably one of the most popular ones, Extra Special and Timeless Creator. Again, you have like so much shove with your massive turret. Put it into a corner, you're constantly getting that turret and you just take barriers with ease. And I just explained the 1-2 punch thing. I think I just explained it before, I can't remember now, but like that's right, I did, yeah. So Hot Shot on 1-2 punch with the glitch pop tech is pretty OP. I think I actually have clips. Maybe I didn't put the clips in this thing. From the Strikers Cup, I did a couple of clips with it could be at the very end, but that's okay. We'll wait for now. I was doing really quick glitch pops because I had Hot Shot that the goalies couldn't react to. And here on the right, we have our new awakenings. I'm still not 100% on all 3 of them, but Knife's Edge is a good one to know because I'm pretty sure when you dash in to someone near an edge, to the dash pop combo, you activate Knife's Edge, which is, if in case you don't know, is the character with the knife there. Sorry.
It works with Julie Dash Punch as well.
Yeah. So you basically get that extra power, right? So that's what would happen. Super useful. Fight or Flight, just like any other striker, is pretty decent. Maybe put it in B tier, I'm not too sure, but it's just really handy. I actually say, because you often stagger people with your dash, you get your dash back up again, so maybe it's A tier because of that. Demolitionist, it's whatever. You get more size, you get more dash size, which is good on the fan. Okay, we'll go on to our next slide again. We won't go through too much more here. I'll just do the probably B. Go through them real quick. Prime time, I guess this is one that people will probably wonder about. I don't like putting prime time too high on this list because it nerfs your damage. I take this if I'm a goalie sometimes, or if I would just want to, if it's like a prime time start. Your damage is now nerfed though, but you have 2 glitch pops. So that is pretty handy. It's still probably a lot of Aimi players like. It makes your glitch pop really long. Or damage is probably the more important part. Catalyst, that's just whatever. I actually don't think I should put it that high, but it's just good on characters at midfield. Quick Strikes, I really like, but that's just Quick Strikes. Perfect Form is broken right now, so it's really good on Aimi. It's not the best on her because other characters can hit the core more. Aimi usually has one-shot stuff. Her turret, I guess, can get a lot of energy from it, which activates Perfect Form. Dagger Swagger is the same as the rest. You're on the midfield, more speed. Big Fish is a questionable one. More Stagger is good on Aimi because she gets targeted a lot. But it's actually good for your fan size, like the size of your dash. You have now a bigger dash range. Sorry, a bigger dash radius, which obviously encompasses more of the area, so that like people can't clear from it or stuns more enemies. Heavy Impact is where I'm actually not sure about. I'm pretty sure other players put it in AOS. She does have a lot more damage because of Heavy Impact. I'm someone who doesn't actually take it much, but maybe I'll start taking it more just to see how it goes. Egoist is Egoist. Glass Cannon I find is really good on her because she can avoid damage quite often. Even though she does get targeted, she can run away from damage pretty easily. Specialized Training, I don't know. It's good for damage, but I don't take damage awakenings on my ults very much. It does heal you though. There is benefits to it. It's just that one actually might be in C tier, to be honest. And now nothing else really important here except for maybe Monu. People would probably put Monu higher, which is the one in C tier on the fourth one. I don't really care that much for it. I prefer Timeless way more. Monu's good for more damage and obviously a bigger radius on the gun. Build diff. Yes.
Monu defender.
Yeah, I actually do agree with that. It is map dependent. Build diff, same as Big Fish, just not as useful. Chrono I only take if I don't have any other range awakenings, and for some reason I just have to take it. I try to avoid it, but the range on the dash is really handy. That's all it gives you. Prize Fighter, you do get kills every so often, so that can be good. Fire Up, that's whatever, it's Fire Up. And lastly here on the last spot on C is Caster Last. It's pretty useless, just gives a tiny bit of extra time on the turret, but whatever. Sparks. Resilience Spark is probably the best, just to add more resilience to yourself. Orbs, if they ever come back, it's just cooldown orbs and speed orbs. That's pretty much it for that. I think I don't talk about this, so I'm going to quickly briefly mention it. You can go to the next slide though. Just have a look what's there real quick. Team comps, okay. So before that, I just want to talk about maps. She is good on every map, and she's actually pretty much good in every team comp. I think she's a striker that can be good in every situation, which is why she gets banned so much. And also because obviously she's OP. The only map I struggle with her on is Oni Village. It could be a personal problem, but I find that she struggles to shove, but she has good map presence, as usual. I think if you want to shove on Oni Village with Aimi, you need to communicate your shoves with your teammate so that you can figure out a way to guarantee a shove. Otherwise, I've been thinking about this just the other day. If this could be a me problem, maybe I'm positioning wrong as Aimi. Maybe I should position behind my striker, behind my other striker, and then dash over to where the clear angle is and redirect the core into a barrier. I might attempt that, but anyway, she's good on pretty much every map. Team comps, she goes with everything. Double range is really good. Aimi Asher is what Toxin I used to run a lot, especially on Night Market. We literally have an 100% win rate on that map with those two. We have not lost because Aimi and Asher is so strong against barriers and goalies, especially on Night Market. You basically shove together and you ult together. So the turret along with the Asher ults is super powerful against barriers and just anything in general. I would recommend this combo a lot. Plus, you know, it's obviously very midfield and very shover, which I like those kind of things. I don't really like double midfield, double shover. It's not my thing. Aimi Estelle is another common one. This is weird. It definitely works on Inkies, but it's obviously double range. Generally, the Estelle takes Slick Kicks here, and Aimi takes Mag Soul still. Aimi is more the shover than Estelle. Oh wait, no, it might be the opposite. They kind of work hand in hand. You can do whatever. I would recommend this combo. Let's go to the next slide. This is, I think, our last slide here. So this is pretty much a summary. I didn't write everything here, but again, know the range of your abilities, get used to it, get used to like all your ranges and everything, and how to utilize everything the most, get the most value out of your abilities. Get muscle memory in for like glitch hopping, read the play, think about where the enemy goalie will pass, so that you can intercept really quickly. The dash is very powerful. Again, utilize the entire ability. Think about those turret placements. I didn't cover all of them, but there's other ways you could place your turrets and where it gets a lot of value. Ways you can cover the entire clear area of the goalie. This is the most annoying part. Aimi gets banned a lot. So do not try to one-trick her. Do try to learn other characters, because this is my problem I had for a while. Aimi is like the most feared character of all time. Just be wary of that. I think that's pretty much it. Let me just make sure on my thing. I think that's it. Oh, I do have 2 bonus clips. I'll just show them real quick, and then I think we're all good to go.
Right.
I have like a million. I have like a million clips, but this is this one I quickly found. So have a look at this one real quick. This is really good use of me dashing in, and then catching Wilburs off guard with a glitch pop. Dash in, redirect, glitch pop up there. He doesn't expect the like something to be there. And yep, goes in. That's that one. We'll look at the next one. I think this is something very, very similar. Just me predicting the goalie's clears, again with a glitch pop. Again, it's like the most useful thing of all time. I just think about where he passes, and I just put the glitch pop there. It works. Think about the timing on your pops too.
If there's one thing that you can pick up through, this, what is it? Hour and a half lesson? Hour and 40-minute lesson?
Yep.
It's this. This is your fundies, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to mention too. You'll notice in the second part of this clip here, I move up to also where the goalie can clear. So I use a glitch pop as another way of putting like a third person on the field for us, while I myself move up to another clear angle. This can be tough at first because you're thinking about the glitch pops, but you're basically trying to cover as much area as possible, right? So yeah, do that. Move up like I did there. That's pretty much everything. Of course, there's other things, but this is a fundamentals thing. This is very, like, just roughly everything.
Roughly everything, he says. 33 slides in.
There's a million clips I could have shown. I thought I would finish this way, way sooner. If I do stream every so often, I don't always get to play Aimi, but if you want like more in detail of an actual game, because we didn't get to show a VOD, you can come to my stream. There should be actually even be a stream on my Twitch channel right now, where you can see just how I play Aimi throughout an entire game, how I position, how I work with my other forward, because that's actually very important too. Yep, that is pretty much it.
Alrighty. Well,
Hope you guys learned something. I think there's a recording of this as well, so there was a lot to cover. Thank you for the plug, Yeatsy. I'm sorry that there was bugs with the thing with the cat as well on that stream, my stream. But that is roughly everything. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you learned some stuff. Please don't ban Aimi.
Quickly, before we finish up here,
yeah.
Thank you so much, Esper, for all of your hard work. I know that it isn't the easiest thing in the world to waffle on for an extended period of time to a massive room full of, well, maybe not strangers, but definitely strange people.
My voice hurts.
But look, to everybody, I just wanted to quickly address the sort of the plans for the future, right? Because of course we had a whole list of characters and different, really, really high-level players that we were planning on introducing and bringing in, and really sort of extending this series and really covering all of our bases and covering the fundamentals, right? It was the... I got this cat staring at me out the corner of my screen. Now, look. Given the future of the game and the unfortunate news that we received, we really weren't sure what we were planning on doing for the future of the series. So I wanted to take it to you guys after hearing Esper and having experienced both Toxa and I. Is focusing on the improvement of your characters and focusing on the game and just getting together as a community and listening to the really, really high-level players in the community just waffle on and talk about their characters, is that something that you'd still be interested in doing? Because I know there are a couple of people who would still be interested in putting in the effort and making this work, but without you guys, we aren't, you know, you guys are the important, the heart and soul of what we're doing here. So I want to make sure there's an audience, and I want to make sure you guys are willing to help us out along the way. So I'll put up a community post at some point in the next couple of days, or I might even do it tonight, depending on how things go. Just get an idea about what we're sort of planning and looking at for the future. But if there are any suggestions, if there's anything that you guys would like to see in the future, please just let me know. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming out tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate people tuning in as well. It's huge. Huge for me.
Now tutorial. Alrighty, so first we need to find somebody who's good at now.
Now? Yeah. And there could be more in the future. Yeah, Zinnia would be good. I'm thinking of doing other tutorials too, because now I play a lot of Era. I'm not the best at her yet, but I'm thinking of doing a goalie Aimi too, which won't be nearly as long.
I was gonna talk about actually.
Yeah.
If there are any high-level players who do feel like reaching out, who might be interested in doing something, I'm planning on refining the format. Random accent. I'm planning on refining the format a little bit and hopefully trying to keep that that time down a little bit, because this isn't something any of us have any experience with. So we're sort of making it up as we go along. That's probably quite evident. But look, if you're a high-level player would be interested in engaging with the community, please feel free to reach out. Just flick me a message. I'll be more than happy to work through everything with you and do what I can to assist.
Damn, this silence is horrible, huh?
Now look, I hope you guys take all the knowledge that you've picked up here today and use it in everybody's ranked games except mine, unless you're on my team.
Yeah, I was gonna say don't, please. I struggle already against Esper. I get Aimi dipped every time.
Yeah, Esper's a demon. It's why we dragged him in here.
Thank you. I've played so many games with her. Like, I think I played her about 800 now. It's just, to me, it was just the most comfortable character. And I literally only pick her unless she gets banned, because she's useful in every situation. It's a character that really helps if you just keep playing her. You will eventually get the muscle memory for her. It's not always just practice mode. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As an intermediate Aimi, like I can come in and say you just play her a lot, and then you just be decent enough at it.
Yeah.
It's really that easy.
Also, where can we find the VOD so that people know?
Can I have access to the PowerPoint presentation? I gotta show my friend Orion